Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot versus botcast, sort of, as we've got something a little bit different here today. It is going to be SHARKBOT under this ID of local player taking on a cheater insane AI. So we're going to be having SHARKBOT just give it its best to try and bring down the hardest in-game AI that StarCraft 2 has. And this is something that quite a few people have requested over time. And yeah, we're just gonna compare how the default StarCraft 2 AI holds up in this day and age. And the StarCraft 2 AI is something that I've been playing quite a bit with lately, in the sense that I've been doing like some 1v7 challenges, and while one of these guys isn't too formidable, I can say 7 of them is. And so, yeah, that's actually a great segue for this video. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can hit 7 likes on this video, that would be amazing. Leave a comment down below saying more bots if you want to see more of these bot matches, as I certainly enjoy casting them. And then, yeah, just subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment down below saying more bots. I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit here. I want to have the music up a little bit higher. Oh, it's because sounds is a little bit loud. That's why it's so much louder than everything else. I was like, why is that pylon building just ripping into my ears? Okay, that is way, way better. But yeah, this should be a very exciting video, as it's something that people in the community have requested the odd time. And it is something that I do have to go out of my way to ask a bot author to say, hey, well, I don't have to do much. I just had to ask some bot authors, and the community was nice enough that a few of them put forward replays of their bots playing versus these harder AIs. Or cheater AIs, I suppose, and SHARKBOT was one of them that sent one in, and now SHARKBOT says, I haven't seen your second base opponent. Cheater one hears you, cheater one doesn't care. So SHARKBOT, realizing that it's up against a 1 base opponent, it does have its own Nexus on the way, and a lot of the strength from these default Blizzard AIs is that they do build up quite a bit of an army early on. Like, they just start producing units and they don't really stop, and then eventually they'll just build up and attack. It's like we've got 2 Zealots chasing away the probe of SHARKBOT. Cheater 1 does go for an expansion, though. And yeah, so both of these AIs are expanding. SHARKBOT's much quicker. SHARKBOT should, in theory, have a bit of a higher mineral income than its opponent, because it does have the speed binding. However, I do believe that cheater AI does get quite a bit of an income boost from mining. I want to say it's like 30% or something more minerals they get for mining, which is definitely being shown here by the actual income. Although I do wonder if that's the case, how that's working right now. We can try and see how much those minerals are shooting up. Yeah, it's very tough to say. But yeah, it's shooting up about 7, I believe, per trip returned, which is more than the usual 5. Yeah, so that is why that's the case. We do have a Robo on the way for the cheater AI, and Nexus coming up as well. It's very cool that we do have a PvP for the match here today, as, well, PvPs are... when it's a mirror matchup, it's way better to compare and contrast what you're looking at. Looks like the Oracle is getting some work done for SHARKBOT in the mineral line. Fortunately for the cheater AI, it's quite oversaturated, so it can't afford to lose a few, but definitely still wishes it had some more anti-air, as this Oracle now bounces to the natural. This is something that I think SHARKBOT has really done a great job of improving with lately, is its Oracle control. I do wonder if the bot author actually touched something, or maybe I just saw a couple of rough games for it, but in the past I would not see the Oracles of SHARKBOT staying alive so long and getting so many kills. Even against other bots. We do have Phoenix on the way behind this as SharkBot goes into a Stargate as well. So going to be mass Phoenix against just a ground play by Cheater 1. Cheater 1 is down on the probes by quite a bit. However, it's keeping pace as far as income's concerned, as those extra resources it gets on return trips is quite significant. There's also a cannon up for the Cheater 1 AI, so a bit of anti-Oracle, I suppose. Now, yeah, let's see here. The Blue Protoss is going for 2 Robos, so potentially lots of Colossus, but those aren't good versus Mass Phoenix. So SharkBot's Phoenix play seems like it could be pretty good. It tends to just sit with the Phoenix, but that may actually be a winning strategy because not a lot of bots, at least right out the gate anyway, produce enough anti-air to kill a bunch of Phoenix. So I wonder if that's sort of just why this approach has worked for the bot author a little bit, is that usually in a human versus human match, and sometimes the bots do this, don't get me wrong, they'll go for a scout and they'll confirm, like, hey, there's lots of air units, start building anti-air. Now, not every bot does that, not every bot scouts, so then there's going to be situations in which, like, a bot goes for a move out and it doesn't see that it's up against a bunch of Phoenix until that move out happens. Now, Cheater 1 does have a few Stalkers out, a few Sentries, but I mean, it's currently 6 Stalkers to 10 Phoenix. 2 Sentries backing them up isn't going to be that much. SharkBot does have a 3rd Nexus on the way. Cheater 1, meanwhile, is just saturating itself up. That's one of the funny things about the in-game AI, is that they were never changed, I believe, to really have the optimal saturation. The optimal saturation being 16 workers. Now, I do believe 16 workers isn't the totally optimal saturation. It just drastically falls off after 16, I want to say, because I believe you do get more resources up to 24. I don't think that was a mechanic in the game that was ever actually changed. Maybe someone could let me know in the comments down below whether I'm wrong or right for that, but I do believe that, at least as far as human and just the default pathing mining goes, is that, like, the workers bounce around. It's because of the further mineral patches that you actually gain a bit of efficiency by having extra probes, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but that's just what I find an interesting case, because all of a sudden Legacy of the Void comes out, they say 16 workers is the optimal saturation, and it's the most efficient use of workers, but I do believe that it still sort of goes up until 24, so just that number on top of a Nexus has quite a bit of power over people, it seems. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but it's also sort of the thing where Alpha Star had a lot of success. Alpha Star always overproduced workers on its bases. We'd see, like, it would be like 24 plus workers on a base, and then it would lose like 10, and it would just be like, yeah, I still got 16, almost 16 workers mining. Oracle for SharkBot does come into the 3rd base, going to get some harassment done. So far, it has killed off a whopping 16 probes, which is not a small amount. Still, though, Cheater 1 is building up. It actually gets a feedback off on the Oracle. That's quite nice. And SharkBot just goes into more and more Phoenix production. I mean, Cheater 1 is building up quite an army right now. Phoenix for SharkBot are coming on in, looking to get some damage done. Prism gets picked off right away. Colossus are just pathing into the Phoenix, which is a bit unfortunate. They do get repelled, though, and I mean, there is an Archon that's been added into the army of Cheater 1. Like, if Cheater 1 attacked right now, I'm not sure SharkBot would be able to stop it. So, this is a little bit concerning for SharkBot. It's hard to tell with these AIs when they're going to attack or what. Sometimes they go for early game timing. Sometimes they drag the game out a little bit. But this is quite a wait before this cheater has gone for an attack. So I can only assume it's waiting till it hits 200 supply, so it's adding in more Immortals, getting out more Phoenix, or pardon me, more High Templars. SharkBot is getting out more Phoenix. It's actually going up to a ridiculous Phoenix count off a ridiculous production with 24 Phoenix out. One feedback hits 1 Phoenix, but there's plenty more with energy where that came from. Stalkers are actually doing very good targeting down of the default, with the default AI. Like, they were targeting down individual Phoenix there, it seems. Maybe it was just the furthest one pathing out, and that was a coincidence. But I do wonder if that's a thing or not. Cheater 1 is at 185 supply, so gearing up for a potential attack soon, whereas SharkBot just says more Phoenix. No carriers or anything built like that just yet. The Phoenix are looking to move on out. It is quite interesting how SharkBot has elected to actually start harassing with its Phoenix. Like, you think of Phoenix in Starcraft 2, and you think you got to start harassing with, like, your first 3. Otherwise, you just don't get the efficiency you need. But SharkBot is just like, no, I'm just going to build up a ton of Phoenix. Cheater 1 is now at 200 supply, yet it is still not attacking. So there is variability in these AIs. Some of them are more defensive, some of them aren't. Looks like the AI may actually be getting distracted a little bit by this Oracle. So I'm curious to see if it's going to attack or just give SharkBot all the time in the world. Like, this is a killer Protoss death ball that Cheater 1 has built up to. I didn't expect the game to have this much sitting. Like, I thought it was more likely to end early than not. Cheater 1 is now taking a page out of SharkBot's book, and that it's building 5 photon cannons all over the place. The blue Protoss bot is getting ready to move out. This is quite exciting. I mean, there's not many carriers, and there's 4 Archons out for Cheater 1. This is actually really concerning for SharkBot, so we'll see if it can stop this attack or not, as the blue Protoss bot is moving on in. Like, Phoenix just fall off at a point, you know? Like, 27 Phoenix is a bit too much. SharkBot knows it's under attack and is going to be responding to this. Cheater 1 will go ahead and delete that 5th base, though. Meanwhile, it's expanding, taking a 6th base, taking a Nexus. Oh, this is just comical. I'm not going to look away at it right now. But you can maybe look in the mini-map and see what's going on with that Nexus. Psystorm goes down for SharkBot, hitting a lot of the blue Protoss' army, but I mean, there's so many Stalkers and Colossus pushing on in. The 4th base is under quite a bit of trouble. Probes dying. The static defense is going to be quite good, but I mean, there's Immortals. There's still many Archons and Stalkers on the ground. And yeah, things are going quite terribly for SharkBot, I'll say, as the red Protoss bot is in a world of trouble. As just, yeah, the Cheater AI is quite formidable. It's got that extra income. It built up a big army, and SharkBot's composition just wasn't necessarily the best. This is why you don't usually see 30 Phoenix unless it's up against, like, 30 Phoenix, basically. Now, there is still potential for SharkBot to come back in this game. It's got plenty of bases still. Well, 4 bases still. It did lose 2 important ones. Cheater 1 behind this, though. I mean, it's at 200 supply. It's got a ridiculous bank thanks to that mining. But this is what I was talking about. The Nexus placement for Cheater 1 is a little bit goofy in this match. It's like, hey, there's minerals there. Build the Nexus by it. So that makes sense, because we didn't really see mineral walls on maps prior to Blizzard. Well, Blizzard, yeah, like, we didn't see mineral walls on maps prior to Blizzard programming, the in-game AI. Cheater 1 is now bouncing towards another base of SharkBot. It just so happens to find this, kind of, as this Nexus is going to go down. That's really going to eat into the economy of SharkBot. SharkBot is still building up a nice bit of a death ball, though. Well, I mean, it's only got 1 carrier for now, which is not good. The Cheater AI does actually blink after this carrier. That carrier really needs to stay alive for SharkBot, and it does just stay alive, as Cheater 1 is working on some of this Protoss production. Losing those Stargates will actually hurt SharkBot. It is building 4 carriers at a time, but that's going to be reduced. Phoenix are getting some liftoffs. Another Nexus is building in the right position for Cheater 1. It's warping in more Stalkers, as, I mean, there's an Oracle that's still being a bit of a nuisance as this game goes on. Colossus walking up the ramp. The rest of the units for Cheater 1 are taking their time, finding the long way around. Colossus working away on this cannon, on this Nexus, and looks like Cheater 1 will be getting pushed back. SharkBot locked on 3 bases, though does not have a ton of money at its disposal. We're going to have to see whether the power of late-game carriers and Mothership can bring it back, but like, these Cheater AIs, they're pretty well-rounded. So it's not exactly like a given that SharkBot's going to come back here. The blue bot has got 10,000 minerals in the bank, and it will create units. Like, it will create a lot of units, basically, for any that it loses. Time Warp Psystorm combo does go down for SharkBot. It's very cool with how it uses those. The Cheater 1 AI is feeding quite a few units into this. Maybe SharkBot has got the start of a comeback, as it is up to 3 carriers. It's got a Tempest, lots of Phoenix still. The Cheater 1 AI does seem to be reacting to the mass air strategy by going for its own Void Ray, but then it fires up some Immortals and Stalkers, so definitely needing some more anti-air. The units on the ground are just killing off static defense. If they can kill off this Nexus alone, that would be very big for Cheater 1, and it looks like SHARKBOT, oh no, it's actually going to keep it alive. I say oh no for the Cheater 1 AI. Maybe my bias is showing. Not that I'm biased against SHARKBOT, but I'm actually just surprised to see how well Cheater 1 is doing for itself. It's building lots of cannons. That could definitely come back to help it if SHARKBOT ever does counterattack. Pardon my timer. I have to have a timer to keep my life in order. So this game continues on, and what a game it is so far. As, I mean, SHARKBOT, it's holding on. It's getting that 4th Nexus mining, and it's going to have a 5th base on the way soon. From the SEMA things, we've got 4 carriers on the way at a time, and yeah, SHARKBOT may win this one with mass carriers, because there's just like the difference between having an answer to carriers and not having an answer to carriers is one of the biggest contrasts in StarCraft 2, and it's something that in-game AI definitely struggles with. They struggle with mass tanks, they struggle with mass liberators and mass battle cruisers. Anything massed in the sky is quite difficult for these bots to overcome. SHARKBOT is building up in supply. Looks like the Cheater AI is just sitting back at home, interestingly enough. It should be getting ready to attack again. We're seeing just 1 Void Ray on the way at a time in order to respond to this, but SHARKBOT's just going to gobble up this army with its mass carriers, so it does seem that SHARKBOT, like, I don't really see it losing this game at this point, unless it makes a massive mistake. But 8 carriers with lots of Phoenix to support them is no joke. SHARKBOT does still have to eat through a massive bank of the Cheater 1, and looks like SHARKBOT is coming into attack. Cheater 1 isn't really responding to this. It's just like, yeah, whatever. Which is not ideal, as we have like a random couple of units moving across the map. Cheater 1, okay, it's going to path through this choke point, which isn't necessarily optimal. Stalkers moving forward. There is Archons and Stalkers in the ground. SHARKBOT just admitting that it is a bit of a turtle toss. We are going to see potentially one of those carriers go down, and we do. Prismatic alignment on the Void Rays, however, it's not very helpful against the Phoenix. Look how long this Phoenix takes to get killed by the Void Rays. The Mothership does go down. SHARKBOT is being repelled, but at great cost to Cheater 1. Looks like it may get itself a 2nd carrier. That's quite important, though. And, okay, feedback hits one of the Phoenix. Will we see a 3rd carrier fall? Either way, SHARKBOT can afford to replace those. So the army of Cheater 1 kind of just gets wrecked. It's warping in Zealots, and it's producing 3 Immortals against mass air. It's kind of playing like -0 in the previous video that I did. Yeah, it does seem that SHARKBOT is gonna take this one, I think, because the Cheater, like, unless it decides to start making like 4 Void Rays at a time and warping in Archons, but it's a bot. That's all it is, so it's probably in a little bit of trouble. SHARKBOT doing well for itself. No counterattack, nothing like that. Rebuilding the Mothership. And yeah, what a game this has been. I didn't expect it to play out like this, that's for sure. The Cheater AI now just feeding in the odd group of units here. It was so close for SHARKBOT, though. It got very, very close to dying. But, and the mass cannons, I mean, they're doing some work. But I do believe that SHARKBOT is going to take this one. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this bot versus Cheater AI, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more of these matches. Subscribe to the channel if you watched up until this point. And then, yeah, leave a comment down below if I didn't already say that. Like, comment, subscribe, you know, all that jazz. Big thanks to everyone that does become a YouTube member. It definitely helps out with the channel. It helps out with the channel immensely, so the support on that is greatly appreciated. And, yeah, let's just see if SHARKBOT is going to clean everything up. If it's funny because the AI does seem to kind of just pre-select their compositions. Like, if this AI was an AI that happened to decide it wanted to build carriers, I'm talking about the Cheater AI, which some of them do, it might have actually had an armada to rival that of SHARKBOT's, but it was a ground-based Protoss composition, and that doesn't really change in the games. I have a weird amount of insight onto this based off playing, trying to do the 1v7 Extreme AI Cheater Challenge. SharkBot's probes are being a jerk and attacking the probes of the poor cheater AI. Well, the opposite of poor cheater AI. It's got more money than God right now, but no means to spend it. Yeah, this was a better game than I thought it would be, that's for sure. SharkBot now going through the motions, cleaning everything up. Four Nexus alive. The cheater AI just keeps on building them. A cannon is shooting one of the Nexus. That's pretty good. Cheater AI is even still mining. Gonna tap out though, but SharkBot will not accept the GG because, well, it's not programmed to do that. So it is gonna kill all the buildings. GG.